It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Boston, the man in motion left. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
We got three.
Now Tannehill. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now Tannehill. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
57 to mark.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offense and quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Texans, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch 82. Watch 82. He likes to sneak out late. Watch 80.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On second down, it's Gibbs. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibbs, and he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. The Colts had 0-2 here to begin the season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Under 10.
Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. Out to his left. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run the counter. It's Gibbs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They go play action with Willis. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. And that's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A leap in. He's got it. He got it. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. It's Austin left side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play action. It's Tannehill. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now the first carry for Bush. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
Let's go, baby. Ready?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Switch, switch, switch. Check safety, check safety.
They'll try the left side. Gibbs. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. In motion left goes Green.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. 0-0, Mike Green.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Rolling to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll send Green in motion left.
Come on, QB, come on.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. They'll roll him out right. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jamison Williams His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts have regained the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
57 the mark. 57 the mark.
Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Going deep downfield for Ross. It got his man. Complete. Touchdown. John Ross, 66 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Willis steps away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Play action. Here's Willis. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. On 1st down, it's Gibbs, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Willis. And Green with a catch left side. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now Willis on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Willis to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Play fake. Here's Willis. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Tannehill on 1st down. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw there into the hands of Ross. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jalen Waddle halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Last play of the half. Here's Willis. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action with Willis. On the move to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Willis now off play action. Rolling to his right. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Able to find Willis. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead,
and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down now, it's Gibbs, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
70 Ranger.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty... He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
All Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Willis now off of play action. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On third down, it's Willis. He'll buy some time right. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Let's go. 80. Took left.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Hey,
in motion goes the tight end. They'll run on 1st down. Gibbs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd and 11 now. Willis out to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
I'm coming after you.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Combo. Nice, sweetheart. 0-0.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. 3rd down, it's Willis. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Check tight. He's coming.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs down to about the 23. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. The Colts on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Big series right here.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Combo.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
25.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And We've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Austin, the man in motion left. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Throw caught there by Willis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
I'm here all day.
Tannehill going to throw it. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Off play action, Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. One final try here for Willis. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement.